So, the Flash, yeah, I stumbled into that again. Apparently, I've missed an episode. I just saw that in the lineup, and oh, how'd that happen? So I guess maybe by the time I'll get back. It's one where apparently Barry Allen starts to age prematurely or something. Which is odd because it looks like, wow, it's an actual Flash episode where it's the Flash. You know, don't get many of those. Well, this episode was a Flash episode. It's just, it's Barry. It's not Allegra. It's not, Cecil has something of significance. I guess they're setting up some later, probably a story where it's all about her. Her mental powers are suddenly exponentially advanced or some such. So, I don't know. I guess they'll do a Drunk with Power episode concerning her or whatever. But anyway, this episode, you know how when I do my Star Trek Strange New Worlds review, they say, hey, this was almost a Star Trek episode. Well, this was almost a Flash episode in the like of what it used to be. And, of course, in order to get there, they have to bring back Reverse Flash. Well, somewhat. But everything's a tease, and it doesn't deliver, and it just kind of, it's cruel. You know, it teases you what the Flash show used to be, what it could be, and it's not. And so there's two versions of Eobard Thawne here, which would suggest that they're both from different timelines and so are no longer connected to one another. Basically, they just got the guy who was the original Eobard before he took on, you know, Harrison Wells' likeness. So they'd gone through that. He was part of the Legacy show and all that sort of stuff. Not Legacies, Legends. Legacy's another show altogether. Never watched it. But anyway, they don't really explain that. They just say, oh, well, I guess time was giving him another chance to be a good guy. Some dumb crap like that. But it's almost interesting. They introduced this other speedster who was this super duper pooper scooper genius scientist who just wants to explore artificial speed. We find out why, at least, but then even without asking, the Flash says, well, you know what, I'm going to train you. So he's training her and stuff. But whatever. She goes back and to her lab. Barry Allen goes over there to offer some help. And lo and behold, her partner there is Eobard Thawne, the original Eobard Thawne. But he doesn't have any memory of the Flash. He's suffering from amnesia. And this woman helped him out, and they fell in love. Yeah. So, but she has a terrible heart condition, and she nearly died. So, Thawne tossed her into this little, you know, quantum accelerator thingy, whatever. Which can give you Speed Force powers. And so he zaps her with it to get her heart rhythm back in flow. But as a result, she gets the speed powers, which she has to redo in order to use them because they only last for so long. But through a series of events, she becomes possessed by the negative speed force, and now she's all evil and stuff. And Flash got to chase her around, but he doesn't understand how can Thawne be there when he's in prison. So he goes to visit the Wells version of Thawne, still stuck in prison, and he says, yeah, I don't know who this guy is. It's just in a divergent timeline version or something, blah blah blah, you know. It doesn't really matter. So Barry's like, I don't believe you, and he runs away. And then John Diggle Stewart shows up, and you're like, oh, he needs help understanding this cube that contains what we all thought was the Green Lantern ring. And for whatever reason thinks Thawne can help him with that. Thawne appears to know. The only explanation is that Thawne remembers how the timeline originally was before he altered it. And that goes all the way back to the first episode of The Flash, where it's pretty much established that the Flash became the Flash at a younger point in his life than he ordinarily did. So that would mean there's a whole different timeline where I guess Thawne knows about Green Lantern and all that stuff. I don't know. I mean, this is before they did their stupid Crisis crossover, which merged the planet and everything. So, they didn't have all those characters on it. Yeah, whatever. So he's like, yeah, I'll help you, but you just got to let me look at it when you get it open again. So they get it open, and it's like, oh boy, this is it. You're going to get the John Stewart Green Lantern. No. They just teased again. And he's like, I don't need this. I just want to be home with my wife and kids. Well, that's what he wanted to do originally, so that didn't make any sense at all. So Thawne, just like the audience, is like, no, this is stupid. And so he goes back to bed in his cell. And then Steel Force shows up. Hey, he glows green too. So maybe it wasn't the Green Lantern ring after all, So anyway, he, we're going to team up and do something. So there you go. Meanwhile, of course, the Flash saves Thawne, the other Thawne's girlfriend, wife, whatever. And they get back together in a happily ever after. And Barry just decides, well, since he's not evil Thawne anymore, I'll just let this happen. I mean, this guy slaughtered my mother, but that's all in the past. Besides, he's a different timeline version, so it doesn't matter. So anyway, that's that. So yeah, I'm not gonna waste any more time on this. So there you go. I don't know about that other episode. Maybe. I don't know. I'll be stuck at work all night. I'll just play it on the phone. Yeah. Nah, it doesn't matter. Anyway, there you go. The Flash. What was the episode? It was, the man in the yellow tie. And, oh my goodness, he's wearing a yellow tie because he was Reverse Flash. Yeah.